This sculpture, standing outside Frankfurt's Jewish Museum, weighs 1.8 tons, measures 11 meters tall, and cost some 350,000 euros to create. In 2019, it made Israeli artist Ariel Schlesinger world famous.
My intention with this work was the tree that is alive, that is growing from the ground, that is rooted in the ground, holding above him a tree similar to him in size and shape that was somehow went through some trauma. So that relationship is kind of what happened to the Jewish culture here in Germany.
Schlesinger first went looking for the perfect tree and found it in Italy, a 60-year-old fig tree. Instead of cutting it down, he went to a great deal of trouble to make molds of various parts of it to use for his sculpture. He then cast those parts in aluminum to be later welded together.
I think it's always interesting to look at trees because they always change, just like people. It's always different because you're always different.
Ariel Schlesinger has been living among the Turkish and Arab populations of Berlin's vibrant Neukölln district since 2006. It reminds him of his hometown Jerusalem. It has its grungy and chaotic sides. He's got his studio here too. This is where he can let loose and let the inspiration come. Fire plays a role in many of his works. The 41-year-old sculptor stokes the flames to create works in paper or carpeting.
I enjoy the process. I enjoy the unexpected consequences. I always was fascinated by fire. I was actually kicked out of high school because I set my class on fire. But that's a different story.
Alienating familiar objects, presenting them in pairs, and evoking associations are the motifs common to Ariel Schlesinger's works. Jewishness only rarely has any part to play in them. An exception is his installation Stolpersteine. He was inspired by the project of the same title by German artist Gunther Demnig. It was conceived as a kind of memorial to the victims of the Nazi regime, among them, of course, millions of Jews. Schlesinger spotted these stumbling stones in Berlin's sidewalks on his first trip to Germany in 2001.
I think it was one of the first things I noticed when I came to Berlin. And it was one of the first things that made me feel like Jewish living in Berlin or Jewish living in Germany.
Ariel Schlesinger's great-grandparents numbered among the Jewish victims of Nazism. Now he's immortalized their names inside his sculpture, but they're visible from the outside. It stands for both remembrance and reconciliation.
Me doing this work here, being Jewish in Germany, is anything special. For me, it's actually quite natural to create in Germany and to show my work in Germany. It feels kind of contribution to my home.